All right, guys, welcome back to channel The Indian Geordie. क्या हाल है सबके? I hope everybody would be fit and fine. And welcome to the channel. It's a time of a break and थोड़ा time है regrouping का and we came back like today. So behind the news after Derby loss क्या हुआ? The biggest news जो अभी surface हो रहा है that is Bruno Guimarães leaving Newcastle United. Bruno G leaving Newcastle United. Yeah, that's the biggest news which is surfaced around the internet. उसी पे बात करेंगे. Also, the future of Eddie Howe. The Eddie Howe future in Newcastle. Is he gonna leave or he would be here? इस पे बात करेंगे. वेलकम टू द चैनल महेश भाई. व्हाट्सअप, क्या हाल है आपके? आज बात फुटबॉल पे होगी बिकॉज मैं थोड़ा सा लेट हो गया. आरआर पे मैं शेड्यूल नहीं कर पाया बिकॉज आई हैव एन अपॉइंटमेंट, बट आई माइट पुट इन अ वीडियो. इफ नो देन रैंडम मैं वीडियो रैंडम लाइव डाल दूंगा, बट आई विल लेट यू नो. ओके, मे बी इस लाइव के बाद एक रैंडम लाइव. जस्ट स्टे ट्यून, मतलब देख लेना आधे पौने घंटे बाद अगर हो. तो हम गेस्ट का वेलकम करते हैं. द फेलो मैगपाई सपोर्टर, न्यूकासल सपोर्टर, अजित भाई. व्हाट्सअप, क्या हाल है आपके? वेलकम टू द चैनल.
हाउ आर यू डूइंग ब्रो? आई मेरे ख्याल से हमारी बात हुई थी सनडरलैंड के बाद एंड द स्टेट दैट वी वर इन, द स्टेट दैट आई वाज नॉट इन अ मेंटल स्टेट टू टॉक टू एनीबॉडी आफ्टर दैट
Yeah.
एंड दैट इज व्हाई आई कुडंट कम देन बट ऑफ कोर्स आज फिर थोड़ा सा आई थिंक वो जो प्रेशर था वो थोड़ा सा
ईज ऑफ हो गया.
स्लो डाउन हो चुका है या
ईज ऑफ हो गया. और अभी जो एक दो कल से जो न्यूज आई, आई थिंक दीज आर ब्यूटीफुल न्यूज. एक दो अच्छी न्यूज आई है. तो फर्स्ट
वेल
ऑफ ऑल,
कौन सी
हाउ.
वाली? There is a lot of stuff that I'm hearing from around. I follow जितने भी मेरे ख्याल से न्यूकासल के जितने भी पॉडकास्ट होते हैं या एनी काइंड ऑफ लाइव्स दैट हैपन, सब तो फॉलो कर रहा हूँ. सो विच न्यूज़ आर यू टॉकिंग अबाउट इन पर्टिकुलर, वो पता लग रही. बिकॉज वैसे तो लिवरमेंटो की भी न्यूज़ है, टोनाले की भी न्यूज़ है, ब्रूनो की भी न्यूज़ है. एवरीबडी इज इन न्यूज़ राइट नाउ. अभी आई थिंक एक दो घंटे पहले टॉक स्पोर्ट पे जेसन खंडी जस्ट सेड दैट लुइस हॉल शुड बी प्लेइंग फॉर रियल मैड्रिड. That is something that I have to listen to completely. But हाँ, तो न्यूज़ काफ़ी है. अच्छी वाली तो ज़्यादा नहीं सुनी है मैंने, बट which one are
आज
you talking?
आज सुबह की जो न्यूज आप बता रहे हो उसमें कोई आइडिया नहीं है बिकॉज आई जस्ट वोक अप 40 मिनट्स अगो.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
तो मैं जब रात को सोने तक की जो न्यूज है उनकी अच्छी न्यूज इन द सेंस, मतलब थोड़ा बरी डाउन हो गया. अनसेटलिंग जो स्टार्ट हुई थी बाय द सदर्न क्लब्स, मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड. आई थिंक बहुत सारे इंडियन कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स ने भी कंटेंट बना दिया ब्रूनो जी को मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड की जर्सी पहना के. सो लेट्स
Right.
टॉक ऑन द मेन, मतलब मुद्दा. आपको क्या लगता है, इज ब्रूनो जी टू यूनाइटेड हैपनिंग और नॉट?
I don't think so. I think recently there was this news. जो मैंने, of course, I was listening to someone talking on a podcast, and I don't know how true it was, but back in the day, I'm sure ये news सुनी तो थी मैंने जब ब्रूनो को हम sign कर रहे थे.
Mm-hmm.
So when Bruno was being signed from Lyon,
Yeah.
that is when PSG was interested in Bruno as well. And the reason why Bruno did not go to PSG was he did not want to do same country another club,
Oh,
same league
yes.
another club. So
Exactly,
if he
exactly.
is not going to do that to Lyon FC, I'm sure he's not doing that to us. And Manchester, I think it is. It is. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer के साथ भी उनका ये period आया था
Mm-hmm.
where they did decently well for a bit and then the drop happened. So let's say with Michael Carrick कितना time ये चलता है, but then eventually I'm sure with Michael Carrick as well there will be a drop that will come because as of now as well, Man United hasn't confirmed Michael Carrick that he's going to continue for the next year. He's still a
Exactly.
stopgap arrangement. And even if he's not a stopgap arrangement as well, it is going to, that slowdown will come. I have complete trust on Man United कि ये जो कुछ दिनों की चांदनी है ये ज़्यादा दिन टिकने नहीं वाली.
मतलब या एग्जैक्टली, उनका अगर चैंपियंस लीग मिलता है एंड दे डोंट स्पेंड वाइजली, उनके मुझे लगता है हमारे से भी मतलब थोड़े खराब हालत हो सकते हैं नेक्स्ट ईयर मल्टी कॉम्पिटिशंस में.
Definitely, definitely. Last time I think when I was in chat, there was a Man United supporter with you. When
यस.
we were having a discussion, I I thought he was going to be online, but ठीक है. I
नो नो
hope
नो नो
he's
उसने
not listening to this
उस
and getting offended. So ठीक है.
नहीं नहीं उसने उसने तो रील बना दी है 2-3 बारी उसने तो
Mm-hmm.
ऑफेंस वो एज ए न्यूकासल यूनाइटेड लिबर्टी ले सकते हैं क्योंकि लोगों को पता है न्यूकासल कितने फैंस हैं नहीं सो पीपल माइट टेक लिबर्टी उसने ब्रूनो जी को जर्सी पहना दी है सेलिब्रेशन भी कर दिया तो मैंने यही बोला था मैं कि थैंक यू सो मच फॉर डूइंग अ पीआर न्यूकासल यूनाइटेड जर्सी के आपने आपने आपके चैनल पे न्यूकासल की जर्सी फ्लॉन्ट की है ब्रूनो जी दिखाया मैं कि हमारा कप्तान दिखाया है बट इट्स नॉट हैपनिंग सून आई
So
डोंट थिंक सो
this is a problem that I have with the Premier League India channel as well. Premier League India. Then there are two, three big football channels that are there in India, but usme se everybody somehow they have a bias to the big six clubs. And let's say if Newcastle is playing, जैसे for example semi-final में जब Carabao Cup semi-final में हम लोग थे, they did put up a question कि will Arsenal qualify, will Chelsea qualify, will
यस
Man City qualify, but Newcastle की किसी ने बात ही नहीं की थी, and we were the holders of the cup. So it is a bit offensive, but क्या कर सकते हैं? Eventually, we are going to come to that size someday where people are going to reckon that this is the force that is coming up in the football world. आएंगे आएंगे हमारे भी दिन वैसे आएंगे. Hopefully,
आई
very
थिंक
soon.
इट्स मेन जो सबसे बुरी न्यूज़ या जो थोड़ा-सा हिलाने वाला न्यूज़ लगा था मेरे को आई थिंक we can understand the what you're saying. I think you're from England and welcome to the channel because we are talking in Hindi, so that might be a problem for you guys.
Well,
Sorry about
we
that.
can always move to English. That's perfectly fine, Bacon. Hopefully,
Yeah,
you'll be able to understand us then.
yes, yeah. So the main problem recently what happened though was like this unsettling just after derby match say before it was started already there surfaced a lot but moment and now aapko kya lagta hai as you told me it's looking very highly unlikely because moving to the same league to other club it's not this is not what Guimarães would do I think agar these contract talks would be like to Real Madrid or any other teams, I think that then I would be more scared. But I would not be scared because at least I know he's going to he's in the peak of his career. He wants a better contract, better team. That's
I would
totally fine.
completely understand and accept, let's say, if it is a Barcelona, it is a Real Madrid, it is a Bayern, a career progression with the skills and the quality of the player that Bruno Guimarães is, then I think it is completely justified if his career takes that trajectory where he is eventually everybody wants to win some trophy, some medal, some championship somewhere. We want to be at that stage so that we can provide those things, though we can fulfill those aspirations for Bruno and players like Tonali and everyone else as well. But if we are not at that stage, I would not want to restrict a player like Bruno because he's a fabulous player, a fabulous human being as well. I would want him to succeed wherever he is, and I'm sure he would eventually wherever he is. That love, that respect, eventually he will always have for the club Newcastle United is, and the fans that we are to Newcastle United and to Bruno Guimarães.
Okay, so I just I I just put the link for the video in the group. So most of the United fans are saying this is done deal. Don't worry. This is done deal. Don't worry. So I don't know what to say about this.
Yeah, it is.
Uh,
It is done deal. It is done that he's not coming there. That is a
yeah,
done
yeah,
deal. Yes.
exactly. The main thing तीन चीजें जो यूनाइटेड में आई डोंट थिंक सो गोना हैपन व्हाई ब्रूनो जी टू यूनाइटेड इज वेरी अनलाइकली अगर टोनाली का होता आई थिंक इट वुड बी फाइन बिकॉज उसके एजेंट ने ओपनली आके बोल दिया है वी व्हेन वी मूव टू इंग्लैंड द आर्सेनल्स और लाइक्स ऑफ यूनाइटेड और सिटी वर आवर टारगेट्स ऑल द टाइम राइट बट why Bruno G has a more respect in Newcastle United. I think even though Tonali has a more higher ceiling, but because Bruno G takes this club through and through as his own club. It's he's born in Brazil, but it looks like his kids are Geordie. He's a like adopted Geordie. This is what we say, right?
That is the thing. That is it is the connection that you have with the player. For
Yeah,
example, let's say even Kieran Trippier came
yeah.
in came in when we needed somebody the most, and the way he has performed, the way he's played for us, even now at the age of 35, he's playing 3 games a week, and for everything that he's done. these are the players who are going to be valued for the rest of their lives and our lives as well.
Yes.
It is, it is. Let's say for example, that the times that we are following the club from a player like Czech Tiote. Czech Tiote, yes, he did leave eventually, but Czech Tiote, when he was playing for us, he did play his heart out for the team. Kevin Nolan did really good.
Yeah. True.
Um, Joey Barton, of course, hot-headed as he was, but still, he when he was playing for us, he did give his 100%, and that is all that matters.
And I think जो United के साथ negotiation talks are more harder because United, Newcastle United and Manchester United don't have such kind of a connection in among those guys. And
We've
I want,
always been rivals.
yeah, and I want to ask you one thing because since you're watching that long, uh, Alan Shearer के time पे because you used to watch, right? So Alan Shearer के time did Manchester United always try to poach him or no?
So, जो initial deal हुई थी वो पता है आपको with
No, I have
Alex
no idea.
Ferguson?
So this is why I
Oh,
want to
wow,
ask.
wow, wow, wow. Okay, so when Alex Ferguson, sorry, not Alex Ferguson, let's say Alan Shearer से चालू करते हैं. Alan Shearer went to Southampton.
Yes.
When he was a child from Southampton, he went to Blackburn. Now, in Southampton, he was the next big thing. Let's say the biggest prodigy that there was back in the day. And जब वो वहाँ से Blackburn गए तो Blackburn में there was they, that is the only time that Blackburn did win a Premier League trophy, right? So
Yeah.
when he was that successful at Blackburn, the next big thing, the biggest clubs that were there in England, they wanted to poach Alan Shearer out. The two managers that did have a meeting, a very strong meeting with him was Alex Ferguson and Kevin Keegan.
Kevin Keegan. Okay.
Now, Kevin Keegan had a meeting with Alan Shearer, had a discussion, but somehow Alan Shearer was sold to go to Man United. So
Okay.
much so, so much so that Alan Shearer did buy a house in Manchester,
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
and he did buy a house in Manchester. वहाँ पे उन्होंने घर लिया था, and then he knew that there were talks in the Manchester end that they want to meet and have a discussion. ये चीज़ चल रही थी, but nobody from the management had met Alan Shearer.
Okay.
So
Just it was Alex Ferguson. Sorry, Alex Ferguson.
no, even before Alex Ferguson. So what happened was everything was going through, but nobody from the management had met him. Now
Okay.
Kevin Keegan did have a word initially, but it was, let's say, 90% the deal was through, that it was going through. Alan Shearer was going to go to Manchester United.
Okay.
Now, what happened then was Kevin Keegan had left, did give a call to Alan saying that I would need half an hour to 45 minutes and I want to have a word with you.
Okay.
Now, this is the day when Alan Shearer is still in Manchester.
Okay.
And Kevin Keegan went, had a discussion, and after that, this is somewhere in the morning, 9:30, 10 o'clock is when this happens. 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Alex Ferguson comes to meet Alan Shearer. Alan Ferguson says, am I the first person or am I the second guy coming to meet you today?
Oh, okay.
So Alan Shearer tells him that, sorry, you're the second person. Kevin Keegan and me, we had a meeting in the morning. So these are the words of Alex Ferguson. Oh, so that means that's me fucked then.
Yeah.
That means he's not. And that was the day after the meeting. Alan Shearer took. It is. I think 2-3 hours of driving between Manchester and Newcastle. So Alan Shearer drove away from Manchester, went back to Newcastle, never came back, and the house was sold.
Mhm.
So that is what happened with Manchester and Alan Shearer. Newcastle did put in the bid that Blackburn was looking for,
Yes.
and eventually that is where it ended. And then this is one thing or one player that Man United could not have,
And
and
when they have all the power to get it.
they had all the power. Back then, I think Manchester United was the biggest thing in
Yeah.
England.
Yeah.
We were, let's say, we were amongst the top four teams.
Top four
Uh,
teams. Yeah.
it was always Arsenal, Manchester United, one or two teams from here and there. Let's say a Liverpool, a Blackburn, a Nottingham Forest. One of these teams coming in, and it was us.
Yes. So yeah, because this is the reason. Like that was an era of 1996 or somewhere, more or less, right?
Yeah,
1996. So
96, 96. Yes,
it's a 2026, as we all
20
know.
years. Oh, 20, 30 years.
2026, 30 years,
30.
and still Manchester United get our best player or our captain, and I don't think so. It's happening again.
It is not. It is not happening again. The only thing that they can be happy about is that they did get Benjamin Sheshko from us. But then again,
Yes,
we are not crying about it because he did not do anything. I think Nick Voldemar still his total goals tally is still better than
and
Benjamin
I
Sheshko.
feel
So
it feels like it's ages since he scored. And the last goal I remember was own goal with the Sunderland.
own goal against Sunderland. Yes. Let's not talk about Sunderland. It just breaks me again.
Let me take some comments and then we proceed to. But it was a very nice story. We get to know. Mahesh Bhai, Rajit Bhai is a Newcastle supporter since 30 years or maybe more than that. And why I am here is because our community is not big that though. तो एक बंदा जो सामने बात करने वाला होना चाहिए, and I am looking forward to him or all the people who are following Newcastle, that golden era when we were challenging the title. I think we were second to 1 to 2 times in 90s era, and
Yes, we were. Yes, we were. We
so
were
this
actually
is
leading. So the
12 points
Kevin
clear.
Keegan
Yeah,
era,
yeah, we were
90,
12 points clear.
97, we were 12 points clear, and then we lost those 12 points. But
I think that this is
ah,
why when he put the accusation on Sir Alex Ferguson, this is I think when it happened, right? I
right,
don't know
right,
if it
right.
was Sir
It was
Bobby
that.
Robson or it was Kevin Keegan. I don't remember that. I don't
It
know
was
that.
Kevin
But
Keegan that time.
okay, okay. So let me take some comments and then we will proceed ahead. Kanish 17th May तक rivalry होगी. Okay. Rodri is accepting the talks with Real Madrid. Okay. और वो कह रहा था कि I want to go back to La Liga. Possible. Can't understand a word you saying. No, I think if you are still there, it's better for you. Hello, sir. Hello, Ritin bhai. What's up? क्या हाल है आपके? What's up? What's up? Thank you so much. रचित भाई, no offense, पर ऐसा लग रहा है कि आपने Snapchat की filter लगाई है. I don't know.
Well, I don't know how that is visible, but then
These
it
are the
is. It is.
these I don't know, but these are the the new generation 15,
Well,
16 years old.
honestly, I don't know how to use Snapchat. So if somebody can teach me that, that'll be great.
Hype नहीं है उतना, energy नहीं है उतना stream में. It's fine. I'm not here to put the energy. I'm here to just talk, fellow talks. That's all. आप हो, that's a good thing. Big fan. Justice for Bruno G. Justice मिलेगा. Justice is served because he has the right club. He is at the right club. He is an adopted Geordie. Tattoo ऐसे ही नहीं बनवाता है. He had a tattoo of a Carabao Cup on his arm. So Bruno is not going anywhere. Exactly, he's not going anywhere. कौन सा justice? किसका justice? Bruno Fernandes is not going anywhere. Yes, both the Brunos are not going anywhere, I feel.
Well,
And
I don't have anything to do about Bruno Fernandes because for
yeah,
me that is not the Bruno that matters.
yeah,
If that was the Bruno that matters, you wouldn't be looking for Bruno Guimarães. So that
that's a
tells
big
me
dig.
कि-
That's a big
that
dig.
that tells me that Bruno Fernandes is non-existent to you guys as well. Whoever was there as Manchester United fan.
दुबे भाई देख लो आप. Now what you have to say if you're still there. Ball to hall. अगर मनीष भाई कमेंट कर रहे हैं तो अपनी राइवलरी पूरी आईपीएल चलेगी. पहले मैच में आरसीबी के साथ लास्ट में जाओ. Okay, everyone like and ships. Thank you so much. So these guys are like my day-to-day meeting guys.
Oh,
He's a
nice.
United fan and a Delhi Capital fan. And a nice guy though, and we are planning to do the streams on IPLs as well on a different
That's
channel.
good.
Thank you
That's
so
good.
much.
I'm not a big IPL guy. I'm not a big cricket fan. I used to play back in the day when I used to. So I have I think 2004 or five. I was the member of Mumbai Cricket Association, but that was it. After that, I think once football started, then I wasn't interested in cricket a lot.
वो मैसेज बेंगलोर को भेज देना. एंड रचित भाई आप जर्नलिस्ट हो गए बिकॉज ही इज अ न्यूकासल फैन एंड ही इज फ्रॉम द ओजी एरा. जो आज के बंदे नहीं, ही सिंस दोज डेज 90s when Newcastle used to dominate Premier League. I can say that we used to dominate because we used to be a title contenders.
We were there. We were there. I think till the time Mike Ashley, जब तक आए नहीं,
Yes.
I think till 2002, 2003 we were there.
Yeah.
2004 onwards there was a steady
The last
decline.
time we played a Champions League, that was the time we went to a decline.
Right, right. After
Wall
that
to
it
wall
went.
आपके वहाँ बारिश हो रही है क्या? रचित भाई, when it is the best team नहीं, it's the best teams and always will be. Oh. I don't know. From England, I would say Liverpool.
Well, personal opinion.
Yeah.
Agree to disagree, whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it.
कनिष्क भाई एक टीम है चैंपियनशिप में जहां टीम के पास 12 पॉइंट्स है। हो सकता है बिकॉज ऑफ द पॉइंट डिडक्शंस। दिस इज व्हाई ये चीजें होती है। दिस इज व्हाई पीपल आस्क व्हाई यू सेल एलियट एंडरसन टू गेट आउट ऑफ दीस थिंग्स। दिस वी डोंट वांट टू गेट -4. Yeah, Kumba Minte and we sold Elliot Anderson because of this season. Rachin said that you should have seen Newcastle managed by Rafa Benitez in Championship also. Yes, he did.
I have seen.
Yeah, in देखा है and we came right back. Rachit bhai told me we came right back of next season.
You should see if somebody is talking about Rafa Benitez time now. You should see it was Steve McLaren that got fired, and then Rafa Benitez came in for 6 matches, 6 or 7 matches, and we were way beyond the chance of getting as in not getting relegated. So what happened then was there was a match, the last match that we were playing. I think it was Tottenham, where we defeated Tottenham 6-1.
Yes.
This happened in 2015, 2016 as well. So we defeated them, but we still got relegated. And when we got relegated, you should see the way the crowd at St. James Park was singing to Rafa Benitez that they don't want Rafa to leave. And that was the only reason why Rafa stayed. Otherwise, Rafa would have moved on immediately from that time.
But reports are saying Bruno G by this is Chiranjeev bhai, if you know, this is the unsettling of the clubs in southern England. If you know the geographical conditions or locations of the clubs in England, Newcastle is a northern club and a biggest club in the north, I would say. And I can claim it. It doesn't matter if Mackems would say, no, we are the biggest. No, they are not. So we are the biggest club in the northern England. So southern clubs from England, which are really big clubs like of Liverpool, Manchester United, or City, they will always do these things, or they would मतलब I can clearly say these उनके journalists होते हैं, paid journalists होते हैं, moment Newcastle will lose because they know they have very good players, the unsettling begins the very day onwards.
So, see, with the media, paid journalists and all that, best example of that is Fabrizio Romano.
Yes.
Fabrizio Romano is, people might think he's a very honest guy and वो पूरी news inside out बताता है. He's paid by the top media, top clubs, and the news that we are talking about, that personal terms are agreed. अगर आप वो check करें तो if you would know, after that Bruno G's agent, Bruno Guimarães' agent, has just posted one tweet with one icon on
would
his
show that.
post.
I would
That
show
will,
that.
yeah, please show that, and that
मैं
way.
उसका एजेंट का नाम भूल गया, Mateo. What was the agent name?
I don't remember myself as well, but he's just put out one question mark.
Yes. Okay, मैं exactly बताता हूँ. Let me show. This was a talking point of this channel. Like I wanted to show that because
Oh, so
lot of
sorry.
United fan only know until personal terms agreed. ठीक है. उसके बाद they don't know what's happening though.
Right.
This is,
So there is ये जो personal terms agreed वाली जो news है, that came from Italian media named Indicalia or Indicala News. And
उसकी 10 में से एक चीज भी मुश्किल से सही होती है.
हाँ, कुछ सही नहीं होता उसका.
So let me see what his name is. I am looking for. If you can find out before me, then let me know. Because I had that photo and I lost it. I kept it.
Okay, his agent's name is Bertolucci Sports. Alexis Malavolta.
Alexis Malavolta. If you can, if you find a photo, if you find the photo or something, you can send me. I can show you. I'm looking.
I will. I'm looking for it.
Because that was only the good news, or I was feeling good about it moment I saw that. I say, okay,
right.
It's not happening. It's not happening though. And ये पता है क्या होता है? महेश भाई, चिरंजीव भाई, let me tell you why this happened. ये I agree, behind the talks हुए होंगे with not only for United, with multiple clubs. But this is a part of an agent's life. Why he is agent though? Why he is agent? Agent would do that because he's in a peak of his career. If he would not do that, then what he's doing? Why he's hired for?
That is how they get paid eventually, right?
Yes. So that guy, is doing his job, but Bruno G is not that movement. Everything is done. आप देखो Shubham Mishra, what's up? Here's one more fellow Jody here. What's up? Felt good you came here. आप अपने thoughts बताओ. What are you thinking? If you are scared if Bruno G is leaving, but don't worry, I don't think so. He's leaving. I think the guy, if वो जो मैंने सुना था, meanwhile you find the photo. I think club has told that only one of the guy could leave, and I think मुझे लगा था टोनाली ज़्यादा होगा. Tonali might be the one who leaving, but let's.
I've sent you the Twitter handle for Alexis Malavolt
Okay,
Volta.
I would just show these guys right now. And it's the same agent, the guy who इसका फेक अकाउंट्स भी बन रखे हैं, पांच फॉलोवर.
हाँ अब तो बनेंगे ही. I guess Bruno Fernandes would be using the same agent as well soon.
Oh, I didn't know that.
नहीं नहीं,
Oh, this.
he's not using it. मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि थोड़े दिनों में
Uh,
ये भी हो जाएगा.
so the thing is, I tried to uh, click on it, and now they say this account doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, okay, not found.
Not found. Yes.
This is my vault. Let me check with my phone. That is where I am logged into Twitter.
Yeah. So the main thing is, let me tell you, the guys who is watching is, so the agent of Bruno Guimarães, the same guy who broke the. Okay, let me. I have one photo though. I have one photo. Let me try if I can. Okay, okay. I will just show the screen of that thing, and you guys would know what's happening though. Share screen. So अगर आप अब देख पा रहे हो, so if somebody can watch, so this guy is the agent of Bruno Guimarães, and he posted on 23rd of March on 2026. What's happening though? What's happening? He have no idea what's happening.
Right.
So मैं disagree नहीं कर रहा हूँ. If he would not be, he might be going in spreading his pamphlets around, but that's a part of his job. अगर वो ये नहीं करेगा,
That
then
is
he wouldn't. This is what he get paid for, exactly what you said,
right.
right?
That is what they're making.
But it's not that वो कर दिया तो he is leaving. आपको क्या
Hmm.
लगता है? Any player, I'm saying just any player. Let's say the agents of Tonali, what he's doing, that is looking more concrete that he might be looking for an exit. Okay? Agents of Tonali, like that look, because उसके जो क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में बयान है, बयान also looking like this, that Newcastle is a stepping stone for them, right?
Well, as I said, see, with Alexis Malavolta, possibly he's been directed by Bruno to put out a tweet. But with Tonali, I think that is what the agent is doing. His agent is behaving exactly the way Alexander Isaac's agent did. It's just that this guy is doing it slightly early and he's tempering
Testing the
the
waters. Yeah.
testing the waters and tempering the waters in a way कि लोगों को धीरे धीरे he's preparing for a Tonali exit. And right now, if you see, uh, if let's say for example this was in the middle of a transfer window, people would be angry, people would be upset, people would feel that, oh, we have done so much for Tonali, we stood by him when no one else would,
Yes.
and all of that happens, and then we would be very unhappy when he leaves. What happens now is, if you see, 70% people have already made up their minds, okay, this is going to happen, Tonali may leave, and
And
people are already ready that
yes.
this may happen. So in a way, it is good for Tonali where people have in a way agreed that this may happen.
Yes, or also the thing is, what happened though last summer also made people's mind ready that this might happen anytime now from now on, because after
Exactly.
the ownership change, people thought this core would be the core serving us a long time, and people had a lot of faith because striker is the commodity now, which is very rare, and that the Isaac, the kind of player he was, well, like that, he would be our own gem, and which we unearthed, and then suddenly that thing happened. I'm no one to blame Isak, because if the same thing, if player is has to move here, you cannot play him under the gunpoint, right?
Well,
But
it is. It is. Isn't it funny? There are news that Isaac now wants to go to Barcelona. What's
that
your?
was coming. That what I would say, I saw that coming. Maybe not now, maybe two season down later. Because if he can do the club who brought him up on the ranks, he can do to any club, right? और लिवरपूल
And
फैंस को भी आप पूछोगे, they knew this might come any time
huh?
because they know what he was doing. Then they were asking their among themselves, do you want this kind of player who would be doing this such a stuff?
Mercenaries.
Hmm.
Mercenaries is the term that I'd associate him to, but he's not even a mercenary. They didn't do that much for us. मैंने बताया ना, last time I think we spoke about this where after the Carabao Cup game,
Yes.
Which was March 16th, I think, he did not play. He did not put in any effort for us.
Yes.
So he did cost us a lot of things because let's say if our striker was playing to the levels that our striker could have, we would have finished that season on second position and not fifth. So that was a big issue as well. And मुझे तो लगता है from the way I have seen it, I am sure it was all intentional. He
Okay.
wasn't carrying any niggle or anything. It was all intentional.
The same thing. I see one trajectory, but I'm not no one here to blame Tino Livramento. आपने जो second goal खाया again with the Tino, I see the same thing. He was just watching that. He say, I'm mentally out. Who
I
cares?
would, I would. Now this is something that I heard, and I would still want to give that benefit of doubt to him because he's just come out of a injury. So you see, when you are not match fit, that is the difference between being fit and being match fit,
Yeah.
where your mindset is not ready. You might be fit enough to play, but your mind is not kicked in. You are not alert for these situations. So it can happen. It can happen
Yeah.
to the best of us. But again, I want to give that chance to him. But eventually, he will have to prove his worth and he'll have to prove himself.
Yeah,
I
match
think
fitness. He was not match sharp ready as well. So yeah, the same thing. But जो न्यूज़ आ रही है इस पिछले ये विंटर्स से पहले almost before near to the fall that Tino is destined to go to City, and looking at that performance, like he made his mind already. Yeah, I'm out.
that is the thing. वो just like Bruno, personal terms agreed तो हमारे तीनों के लिए भी आ चुके हैं.
Yes, and long time before.
Right, exactly, a while back.
A while back. So then we would be moving to our next segment. Rajit, by before we move, so what do you think? What do you think gonna happen as of now? जो आपकी understanding of game, and since you are watching that long Newcastle, you know through and through more than I think I don't know anybody right now who knows the clubs better than you in my
There are,
circle.
there are, there are, there are. वो जो group हमारा है, there are many people there in which people are supporting the club for 20-25 years minimum. तो है काफी लोग हैं उसमें.
Yes, I
I am
agree, but I
sure.
don't know them personally. I mean, like I don't know them personally.
Hopefully. So what I see is a big overhaul coming. Yes, मेरे हिसाब से तो चीजें things have to. I think this is the way where people say it gets worse before it gets better. तो अभी वो phase आ चुका है. I am not sure. अच्छा, what are your views? I don't remember it, but what are your views on Eddie Howe in and Eddie Howe out?
अभी जो आ रहा है अभी द थिंग इज एक बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट दूंगा बट लास्ट टाइम व्हाट वी टॉक्ड इज आई थिंक हिज ही नीड्स टू या तो वो प्लेयर्स लेके आ रहा है तो अपना सिस्टम उसके अराउंड बनाए नॉट प्लेयर्स मेक हिम वर्क अराउंड हिज सिस्टम एंड वी हैव जीरो जीरो क्रिएटिव प्लेयर्स जो कल न्यूज आई थी वी विल टॉक ऑन दैट गाय द किड सो मुझे हैरानी हुई ऐसे बच्चे का हमारे क्लब में क्या काम है इज दैट बिकॉज वी डोंट प्ले लाइक दैट if we have that
Right.
signing and if he's ready to change his system, then it's okay. Because and the same thing, if we are not looking for upgrade, we are bringing the likes of Iriaola, Glasner, then I'm okay with Eddie Howe.
Well, Eddie Howe, I think the time is up. For
Okay.
me, the time up ho chuka hai, and we need a new mindset and new strategy. See, whatever from everything that I've seen, and I agree to a few people jo, on social media and on channels like YouTube, they have their podcast. I agree to a few of them where he's got a team of runners.
Yes,
अगर आप you check
exactly. This
your
is what
front
I
three
mean.
are
No creative, just running, running, running. एक सेम सिस्टम है सबको पता है हमारे subs क्या होंगे और हम क्या करने वाले हैं. That's the biggest
like,
glitch.
I am so surprised that मुझे ना जब भी whenever we go to the subs bench,
Yeah.
I feel really bad about it. The reason being is Jacob Murphy comes on
Yeah.
and Nick Voltamada goes out. एक आदमी जो आपको पास बना के दे सकता है, he is the one guy who can actually put in balls into the box. And Voltamada is a guy with height, you can use him.
Use it.
But every time Jacob Murphy comes in, Voltamada is going out or is already out. In that situation, you are not using Voltamada. Voltamada you're using as a 10 or as a midfielder. He was never a midfielder. You never play with the system where he's going to be an attacking midfielder or a number 10. Eddie Howe has never played that system. So, Eddie Howe isn't experienced to play that system. Voltamada is not experienced to play that position. What are we doing with a striker worth 80 million euros or 75 million euros? तो या तो हम उसको वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, अगर हम उसको वेस्ट नहीं करना चाहते तो क्या हम वो पोजीशन खेलते हैं? वी डोंट प्ले दैट पोजीशन. If we don't play that position, are we willing to change our mentality or our formations? No, we don't do that as well. What we do is we find people to run. We find uh, Gordon, who may run on the left wing or may run through the middle. You'll find Elanga, who will run on the right wing. Maybe someday he might score a goal, but then that's very rare. And then अगर Elanga हट जाता है तो then we get Jacob Murphy, who's nowhere close to what he was last year.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
Howie Barnes wants to play left, but if at all Gordon wants to play left, then Gordon will get that chance. Howie Barnes will not. क्यों? क्योंकि Gordon is a better player or a faster runner, according to Eddie Howe. So that is not happening. Joelinton is aging. Joelinton, what we see him this season or possibly maximum next season, उसके बाद से Joelinton will not be in a position where he manager of the month this year.
Yes,
Oh, just
I
this
was
month.
surprised. I was
Man,
surprised.
seriously, Sunderland manager and Eddie Howe in the same frame. I
Yeah.
get so irritated to see this. I get so irritated with these things. But people are not understanding this. So, Joelinton is aging. Tonali may move. Bruno, I hope doesn't. And from everything that I know till now, he is not going to move. You have Lewis Miley. With
Yes.
Lewis Miley, I think he will stay in the midfield, but other let's say if he gets a better prospect, possibly it makes sense for him to move as well. उसके लिए हमारे लिए नहीं, हमारे लिए Lewis Miley has to stay back. Tino Livramento is let's say 1 foot already out the door.
Yeah.
Malik Chow may not leave, but then the issue with Malik Chow, जो AC Milan fans were saying, which that he always has one mistake up his sleeve, that is being very visible now, where
Yes.
every match or two he comes up with one mistake,
And
which
that
we bought
single mistake cost us a goal.
does cost us a goal every time that Malik Chow, because Malik, there is a lot of trust that we put in on Malik Chow, and
And
because of that trust
I
being
think
put
he
in
was
on
good
him,
until December.
he was. But then see, the thing is, again, he started playing when Fabian Schär got injured, and
Yeah.
then he did not get to stop at all. He was
Fif-
playing every
50
every
matches.
three
50
four
matches.
days back to back.
Yes.
तो आदमी थक जाएगा. And
Yeah, I
it
have a
is
sympathy
again,
to him. I have
it is
sympathy
not
to him.
physical. It is sorry, you said.
मैं ये बोला था रचित भाई, आई थिंक आई हैव सिंपैथी टू हिम. अगर नेक्स्ट ईयर हमें कोई मल्टीपल कॉम्पिटिशंस नहीं मिलते हैं तो मलिक चाव इज अ वेरी गुड ऑप्शन प्लेइंग वंस अ डे वंस अ वीक. वेरी वन ऑफ द बेस्ट डिफेंडर्स यू वुड सी.
Exactly. अभी the situation with मैंने I think last podcast में भी बोला था for Botman. I'm not confident on Botman because somehow, as we had that discussion, you see the pace Botman has and you see the pace Vanderman has.
Yeah.
They are world apart and they're playing in the same position for Netherlands. They're competing for the same position. Botman is never going to get there as long as Van der Ven is there or even VVD is there, Virgil van Dijk. Now, with Botman going away, with Livramento going away, Burn is going to be your backup centre back. Burn cannot be your left back. Uh, Lewis Hall, we haven't touched as a subject yet, but if let's say a place like Madrid is at least even looking at him, number one, it's in a way a nice compliment to Lewis Hall, but at the same time, if Madrid is looking at him, it makes a lot of sense for Lewis Hall to go. That means in our team, roughly 8 to 9 people in the first 11 are going to be disappeared,
Exit, yes.
and then that has to bring in a new team, overall new team. I think if let's say Tonali moves out, we should go heavy for Elliot Anderson. We have to bring him back. The moment Elliot Anderson comes back, the loss of losing Tonali would completely get negated. And then eventually we will have to find somebody to replace Joe Linton with the
I
kind of man Joe Linton is.
I have a question for you. So, matlab ye jo because not other fans would know about it, because I have saw the rumors that if Tonali leaves, club is ready to spend, maybe the club record transfer signing maybe on Elliot Anderson, and the guy Elliot Anderson jo bhi stands maybe dekha is saal with the Newcastle scarves around his neck and cheering for Newcastle. Do you think it might happen, even though let's say City and United would be in the ranks?
See, I with Elliot Anderson, it can happen. It is the same story with Alan Shearer.
Shearer,
जो
yes,
जो emotion वाली जो चीज है ना, you cannot replace emotions. Now,
yes,
for example, as an example, I'm not saying that this would happen, but as an example, let's say you're from Rajasthan, right? Jaipur, no,
yeah. So you can count
around Jaipur, right?
Jaipur and Mangat both, yes.
अच्छा ठीक है तो जयपुर let's say if I give you an option to whenever if at all you ever come back to India and let's say if you do I give you an option to stay in Jaipur or I give you an option to stay in Mumbai, where are you going to be comfortable at?
Jaipur, 100%.
Jaipur, because you are through and through Jaipur. Let's say for example I think जो थोड़ा बहुत मैंने आपका क्रिकेट का भी देखा है, you are a Rajasthan Royals fan, right?
Yes, exactly. Yes,
Why are you a Rajasthan Royals fan? Because you
because
belong to that place. There is a
yes,
connection to the place.
yes,
I am. Yes, being a Punjabi, I still someday want Punjab to win that cricket thing, IPL thing. But eventually, I am much more confident when a team like Mumbai Indians are playing. तो वो जो connection आपका emotional connection है वो तो बन ही जाता. And if you played in a team for since like at least I think he was 7 or 8 when he first started playing for Newcastle, when he joined the academy. तो जब इतना कनेक्शन है आपका it becomes difficult to go away even for your career and possibly your career let's say Man City very good chances कि Man City जा सकता है. Man United has no chance with him.
okay,
I have complete faith Man United is not going to go to anyone else coming in, let's say Manchester City, Liverpool, place like Barcelona, place like Madrid, by all means, and we'll be happy. He'll have all our blessings to go and do well in his career. But if at all it is Manchester United, he's not going to go there.
uh, uh, and you think it's not happening though to United?
No, no, to United definitely not.
So only which seems possible for their midfield fixing is that is Tonali. Tonali might say
Uh,
yes to them.
Tonali might. I don't think Manchester United. He might go somewhere else, somewhere better, because see if we can understand this that Manchester United may go back again, may that it is a spiral that can come back where let's say right now it is Michael Carrick, let's say whoever the next manager is, let's say things doesn't work with them and they are still not performing again. For the past 3 years or for the time that Tonali has been with us, Newcastle has been above Manchester United.
Yes.
So I don't think it makes a lot of sense for him to go to a team which is competing with us. If at all he is thinking about his career and he wants to do well somewhere, he'll try to find a place where the team is finishing continuously. They're finishing in top three, top two.
I think because Arsenal is interested though, so my Arsenal might look possible as well. और अगर
Arsenal
वो
quite possible.
जीतते हैं तो
If
100% पॉसिबल लगता है.
हाँ, Arsenal अगर आता है, I think there were some talks about Liverpool as well. If
Hmm.
these clubs come in, maybe Manchester City, maybe, but no one else besides that in the Premier League at least.
Okay. So मैं comments ले लेता हूँ and then we
Sure,
can
sure.
wrap up soon. Yeah. Kanish by description में गलत United का tag लगा दिया. No, I put the tags of Manchester United versus Newcastle United because we are talking the team which he's supposed to go, right? Words of
Right.
wisdom, I don't know. Alex sir सोच रहा है ये क्या चल रहा है वो. Okay, 15 तक. Yes, please जो भी देख रहे हैं, please like, 15 like is the target and subscribe if you have not. And thank you so much Mahesh bhai for tuning in, keeping up. आपको लगा था boring streak होगा, but I think it's worth worth your time. Meet up कर लूंगा, कहीं मैं राजस्थान में रहता हूँ. Thank you so much. Yeah, मिलेंगे जरूर. I come to India every year, so I would let you know. रिची भाई कितना भी कनेक्शन हो पर बंदा कभी ना कभी तो जाएगा. वो यही तो बोल रहे हैं, कभी ना कभी तो जाएगा, वापस आएगा. घर वापसी की बात कर रहे हैं, वो न्यूकासल छोड़ने की बात नहीं कर रहे. ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट एलियट एंडर्स रिटर्निंग टू न्यूकासल. देयर ये नहीं बोल रहा फर्स्ट चॉइस होगा, बट देयर माइट बी सम चांसेस बिकॉज पैसे की बात होगी तो न्यूकासल वुड बी स्पेंडिंग हैवी. Okay, they might put the Champions League money with the Tonali money with on him. Okay,
And
and
I believe the something that we should do is we should pawn off visa to Saudi, because
okay,
हमारे पैसे, वो जो लॉस हम शायद वहाँ मारे हैं, वो बैलेंस आउट खाली सऊदी से ही हो सकता है. एंड एटलीस्ट नाउ वी शुड स्टार्ट यूजिंग आवर कनेक्शंस दैट वी हैव. I don't know how sure we would be in 3-4 months time के सऊदी में क्या चल रहा है. But until that happens, I think Saudi is one thing where we should be able to balance our books at least with
विसा
investment in
लॉस.
visa.
ये यार, और जो आपकी, मैं एक बात में पॉइंट अभी वापस याद आया विद द विसा, जो आप बोल रहे थे ना, मुझे एक यही चीज समझ नहीं आती विद एडी हाउ, व्हाई Voltamada is starting where there's Elanga. I need Murphy and Elanga in sync because उसका जो visa जो उसका इसाक के साथ था, he could do the same. He can provide the very good service and he could nick it out in the headers. Season starting में हो भी रहा था ये. अब ये उल्टा होता है, visa, and there was a pattern. Visa used to come in, Murphy used to come in. So
Exactly. वो समझ में ही नहीं आता ना. See, that is a frustration where every between 65th minute and 72nd minute वो फ्रस्ट्रेशन आती है, क्योंकि हमें दिख रहा है गलत हो रहा है और हम कुछ कर नहीं पा रहे हैं यहाँ से.
एग्जैक्ट पैटर्न है, हम लीड लेंगे, हाफ टाइम के पास इक्वलाइजर खाएंगे या हाफ टाइम के बाद खाएंगे, और 70 मिनट में हम विनर खा जाएंगे. सो इट्स अ पैटर्न. 22 पॉइंट्स हमने लूज किए. So this was a transfer strategy talks. As a fan, what we think Bruno G to Manchester United is less likely to happen. Tonali might happen though. और अब लास्ट टॉक एडी हाउ की, आपने जो ब्रश अप कर लिया था ऑलरेडी ऑन द टॉपिक. आप हो एडी हाउ आउट. I'm telling you what I think is, I'm जो आपके thoughts, I'm with you, but only what I want is, अगर आप नया मैनेजर लेके आ रहे हो with the same ranks, then I think it's fine to stick with him. If आपका overall and he's ready, जो कल news आया है, I was surprised because that might shows he's ready to bring the creative players in. Runners से वो दूर जा रहा हो. So if it's fine, then it's okay.
It
But
is, it is, it is. I would say as long as it's just links, I am not going to trust that, because that can be anything.
okay,
It can be a true link. It can be fake news as well. तो ठीक है. Hopefully it is the right thing, but नहीं होता तो कोई बात नहीं.
okay, मैं उसको show कर देता हूँ अभी, just a moment. And then that, so we are looking to, it's Ben Jacobs, kind of a reliable reporter, I would say, from Liverpool. Liverpool की ज़्यादा break-ins करता है ना, right? This guy.
हाँ.
So Ben Jacobs have break that Newcastle are talks in that Independiente del Valle. Why? If it's a Spanish, I would say it's why, because double L is why. Why? For highly regarded teenage attacker Johan Martinez. So this guy can play left, right, and center. So number 10, right wing and left wing. Hello, Raghav. What's up? What's up? क्या हाल है आपके? What's up? Welcome to the channel, and please like the stream and subscribe. आपने किया ही हुआ है. So this guy is can play left, right, and center, and he's coming from the best academy from Latin America. This is what I heard.
Hopefully.
And I
जितना
think he's
दिख रहा
coming from the
है.
same academy जहाँ से Caicedo भी आए हैं.
There is a, I just put it on YouTube, and there is a welcome to Newcastle video as well for him. ये तो almost जो भी जितने भी links होते हैं सभी के साथ होता है. And see, the problem that there is even if they are good links, there is still an issue where people generally connect or use Newcastle to inflate the value of the player.
Yes, exactly.
तो हमारे साथ तो वो भी प्रॉब्लम है.
कीश स्मिथ के साथ जो हुआ पूरे साल, कीश स्मिथ 20 से स्टार्ट हुआ, नाउ इज लुकिंग एट 60.
Or maybe higher. ये 60 तो the news is that Newcastle is willing to pay that much as well. And then there are still places like Madrid and places like Barcelona and other English teams involved. So it may go higher as well. क्या पता.
Okay. Hello, Raghav. Yes, I remember. I remember you asked me for the watch along from Madrid as well. Newcastle named to move, needs to move on from English fraud name Eddie Howe. So
Well, I won't be that harsh on him.
yeah,
He's done well. See, this is a point where I think it is good to wish each other well and part ways.
yeah, smooth transition. And
Huh.
I think he might do it. Do you think he's a personality who want to stick around?
I think so, because from whatever I see, he will take it as a defeat if he has to move on now. So he
Okay.
would want to go on a better note, and that is where he would want to perform better. And that is the thing. It is not going to happen, from what
So
I see. वो ए- I don't see things improving anytime soon. अगर improvement करना है तो he has to change his mentality, which I don't see happening, because this is the problem, or this is what used to happen with when he was at Bournemouth as well. Bournemouth fans भी यही बोलते थे that he is too loyal to his players. He's too one dimensional in his thinking and one dimensional in his formations. तो अगर वो नहीं होने वाला, वो 7-8 साल में वो बदलाव अगर नहीं आया है, तो it is not going to happen anytime soon.
okay. So ये the last segment है हम I thought it would be 30 minute stream but again मजा आया मतलब बात करके
Yeah,
last
I think the last time that we spoke, I thought it was going to be 45 minutes to 1 hour, but we finished in 2 hours 15 minutes. तो
yeah
हमारी बातें
yeah
छोटी नहीं होती.
yeah because it बहुत टाइम के बाद अपने ये एपिसोड किया सेकंड आई वुड पुट अ पर्टिकुलर नेम टू दिस सीरीज एंड वी कैन डू इट मोर ऑफन एंड आई
We can.
थिंक एक कंपटीशन है वीक है सो मैं लास्ट 7 मैचेस बचे आई थिंक जस्ट 7 मैचेस लेफ्ट एंड एक टफ टास्क दिखता है दैट इज आर्सेनल डू यू थिंक वी कैन गेट अ यूरोपियन स्पॉट और नॉट एंड आई
I
वुड वांट
want
टू गेट
I
कॉन्फ्रेंस
want us to finish in conference league at least. The reason behind that
are you
is
okay to stay in conference
I am okay. I am happy with conference. The reason being is that is a winnable tournament.
okay
Conference, even Europa for that matter, for us is very winnable.
yes
So I don't mind getting into the competitions where we win them, because eventually, see, once you get into a place like your Champions League, Champions League, अगर आप पहुंच गए एक बार and you are constantly in Champions League, you don't get the opportunity to win places like Conference League and Europa.
yes
तो why not get, अभी देखो हमें इतना तो पता, we are not getting Champions League this year.
at all no
Why not use this opportunity to get conference, and then go gung ho for conference league and then win conference next year? Then eventually, someday, Chelsea won't be able to say that we are the winners of the world,
all all
champions of the
competition
world,
okay तो मैं एक चीज
alone,
इसमें मैं
अकेले
ऐड
तो
करना
नहीं.
चाहूंगा रजत भाई आई एम ओके विद द यूरोपा एंड आई वांट यूरोपा वेरी लाइकली टू हैपन तो बिकॉज अगेन आई थिंक इफ वी गेट इन यूरोपा वी वुड बी वन ऑफ द कंटेंडर्स टू विन इट नेक्स्ट ईयर ओके
Right.
कॉन्फ्रेंस में भी ये होगा बट व्हाई आई डोंट वांट कॉन्फ्रेंस इज बिकॉज मनी इवैल्यूएशन व्हाट इट विल ब्रिंग इज जस्ट अ सिल्वरवेयर and that's a good to have. I don't mind it, but then will we not finish face a similar problem जो इस साल हुए multi competitions and then for that level of a conference league competition no disrespect but conference league पे आप in and out Friday को खेल रहे हो फिर Sunday को खेल रहे हो and again the fatigue factor and either you should have a backup or या फिर आपकी second team like Chelsea could afford because they have a second team good as well for conference but we don't have it I guess अगर हमारे पास
The,
उस level का bench strength होता then we might I would be okay.
I don't think it'll be that difficult, because you know, as per the skills required for conference league as well, they're not. It is not that we will have to put in a first team for every match. Semi-final onwards, he majorly semi-final या वो round of 16 and beyond आपको first team use करनी पड़ जाएगी, but उसके पहले तो I think we can very comfortably move up with our second team as well.
Okay.
जो existing second team है, I'm sure it will be much better in the next coming year, in the next season.
Okay, maybe the existing second team, let's say if Shar is gone, destined to go, but let's say if Shar stays, Shar would be our, अगर एक साल का और बढ़ता है, Shar could be our second. Joe Linton and the guys can rotate around. So yeah, but I don't know, double edged sword अगर हार गए तो then से इनसे conference में भी आगे advancement नहीं हो पाए.
कोई नहीं, देखो बिना बिना कॉन्फ्रेंस के खाली रहने से तो अच्छा है, एटलीस्ट यू गॉट अ चांस टू विन कॉन्फ्रेंस.
Okay.
So instead of having one game a week and then not doing anything or not getting anything else besides that, see Carabao Cup. Let's say for example, in England, Carabao Cup was supposedly the most easiest of the tournaments. Of course, we had to face Arsenal and Manchester City there as well when we won it. But other considerably, Carabao Cup is easier and we got a chance to win that. Why not take a chance at Conference League as well?
Okay. Yes. So मैं comments लेता हूँ and then we will पागल
Sure,
हो
sure.
गया हूँ मैं दिमाग खराब हो पक यूनाइटेड के oh okay but we are talking this is our topic. I don't know which United you are talking about. Newcastle United. I can
Well,
do.
अगर खाली यूनाइटेड के बारे में बोलोगे तो फिर आपको सुनना तो पड़ेगा ही, because the United that I know is Newcastle. I don't know about anything else.
स्मिथ हमसे 60 का हो गया नहीं, वो लिंक हमसे हो गया है उसका। अगर हमसे लिंक नहीं होता तो वो 30-40 पे ही घूम रहा होता मैक्सिमम। ही इज प्राइस इन्फ्लेटेड बिकॉज न्यूकासल यूनाइटेड के रोज न्यूज आते थे इन जनवरी, न्यूकासल पुट द बेड, न्यूकासल पुट द बेड, न्यूकासल पुट द बेड। और इसी से एक जो बंदा भी स्क्रीन पे दिखा रहा है, इफ दे आर ट्राइंग टू साइन दिस गाय, आई एम वेरी पिस्ड ऑफ व्हाई वी डिडंट साइन द रायन गाय व्हिच आई वाज लुकिंग टू साइन। और
The
वो बंदा
Bournemouth
आके
guy, right?
शाइन करेगा, ही वुड बी वंडर किड, ही इज वंडर किड, लुक्स लाइक अ प्रीमियर लीग रेडी प्लेयर।
Right.
And exams, okay, reach गिर गई। The Time Talk would be a good name. Yes, it's a good name. Thank you so much for the suggestions. एक घंटा एक बंदे पे बात कर ली। For the person who doesn't follow PL as much, ला लीगा ऐसा लग रहा है दो बंदे एक घंटे के लिए बारसा को प्लेस कर रहे हैं। Okay. You don't know because I think he's a Real Madrid fan. No. If you want my opinion, I am free just in case you can share the link. Maybe in opinion outside would be a different. Uh, मैं तो अभी wrap up कर रहा हूँ because I have an appointment in 5 minutes. Maybe next time because but thank you so much. मैं तो 5 मिनट में अभी wrap up कर रहा हूँ। मेरे को ये आधे घंटे की स्ट्रीम लगी थी but it went on because we touched the 90s topics as well. Shadow boxing कर रहा हूँ पक्के. Okay. Got it. So आप कहते हो कॉन्फ्रेंस इज फाइन, व्हाट आई थिंक इज यूरोपा इज गुड। इफ कॉन्फ्रेंस मतलब आपके जो पॉइंट्स हैं मुझे थोड़े सही लग रहे हैं, बट मेरे को ये लगता है अगेन आई डोंट वांट टू फेस द सेम प्रॉब्लम जस्ट फॉर अ कॉन्फ्रेंस। आपका प्रीमियर लीग भी सफर कर रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ द कंपटीशन लाइक कॉन्फ्रेंस, बिकॉज यू कैन नॉट मैनेज इट।
हो सकता है, बट आई वो एस्पिरेशन हमेशा रहनी चाहिए। मैं आई होप कि दे वांट टू डू समथिंग फ्रॉम दिस सीजन। अगर हम कॉन्फ्रेंस के लिए भी नहीं सोच रहे तो वी हैव वेस्टेड दिस सीजन कंप्लीटली। So there is this faint hope that at least we get something out of this.
Yeah.
Europa, all the more is Europa. If it happens, brilliant. But if it doesn't, at least something we get out of this season.
ओके, बिकॉज यूरोपा इज अ प्रेस्टिजियस ट्रॉफी, जीतने में मजा भी आएगा, आपको चैंपियंस लीग भी मिलती है नेक्स्ट ईयर
हाँ,
एंड सो मेनी फैक्टर्स एंड एक अच्छा सिल्वरवेयर भी ऐड होगा एंड देन आपका फिर थोड़ा पुल पावर तो बढ़ेगा, राइट, दैट यू वांट यूरोपा। आई डोंट नो मे बी कितना होगा एंड आल्सो डिपेंड्स, बट ट्रॉफी इज अ ट्रॉफी। वो तो मैं कॉन्फ्रेंस के लिए भी कह सकता हूँ, आई डोंट डिनाई इट, बट थोड़ा सा वो है ना फैक्टर, द मनी विच इट ब्रिंग्स। मनी 10 मिलियन पूरा मिलता है, उससे ज्यादा तो हमने सिर्फ जस्ट प्लेइंग अ चैंपियंस लीग फर्स्ट मैच वी बैक देम।
उससे उससे ज्यादा सैलरी तो गिलिस भी लेके चला जाता है।
And Gillespie, I don't know if you some knows, he is our goalkeeper. No, right?
Yes, yes.
I don't know, fourth or fifth choice goalkeeper.
Fifth choice. I think he's been fifth choice for good 4 years now, 4 5 years now.
Yes, fourth or fifth choice goalkeeper. So yeah, good night, good morning, Anish bhai. Good night, Rachit bhai. Yeah, thank you so much. Just last, Rachit bhai, आपसे. So PIF का जो news आया था, they are backing Eddie Howe. So what's your thought on it? Do you think
I I am
fair enough?
see.
Fair enough.
I understand why this is happening, because somehow the way PIF has been with us is that they are trying to do things the right way, and based on that identity or the mentality, you can say that they are sticking to uh, Eddie Howe as a long-term option. They are not thinking of hire and fire scenarios, जैसे Tottenham में चल रहा है.
Yeah.
So I think that is the mentality that they have, and that is why they are going to stick with us. Uh, but मेरे हिसाब से तो this, by the end of the season, this should be it for Eddie Howe. And अगर we are not going to go for, let's say, for any of the bigger tournaments, let's say Champions League तो मिल नहीं रहा, यूरोपा भी अगर नहीं हुआ, आई वुड से वी गेट इन अ स्टॉप गैप मैनेजर। जब तक आपको कोई अच्छा नहीं मिलता, बहुत ही, you don't find the right person for your job, you find a good manager, a stopgap manager, like a person like Jose Mourinho. थोड़ा सा
मेरे को पता था आप उसी का नाम लोगे, पर people are
tricky
looking at him for
subject है, but
long term project as well. People are looking at him long, मतलब पूरा एक या दो सीजन देने को भी देख रहे हैं।
दो सीजन वो आराम से चला सकता है। आई एम श्योर ही विल बी एबल टू ब्रिंग अस वन ट्रॉफी इन दीस 2 सीजंस एज वेल। बट उसके अलावा आई थिंक when you want to consider someone for a long run or groom someone, या किसी को ढूंढना है, long time scouting करनी है, this is the opportunity you have. And Jose Mourinho बहुत हंसते हंसते आ जाएगा. He will be very happy to come back to a place where Sir Bobby Robson was as well.
Yeah,
So whenever,
वो
even
अभी
Benfica match that happened in this
ये
Champions League, you could see there was a connection between us and Jose Mourinho. So
yes,
someday, somewhere, it is going to happen. क्या
Yeah, he
बोलता है
was
but
happy. उसने आके बोला it feels very special to coming back to St James Park. Yeah, he
it
has a
is
soft
yes
corner
there
to.
is there is that connection I think with Newcastle fans as well that we feel towards Jose Mourinho.
Okay.
तो वो है. चलो, your meeting is coming up I think in another minute or two.
No, no, no. I have to get ready for an appointment. I
Oh
have to
wow.
leave for Toronto. It's an hour drive from now. Okay, so but I have still a time. But मैं ये आपके नाम अगर next year we go, just नाम आप किसको चाहोगे? Possible name, maybe जो आपको लगता है it's possible to reach out, और आप you are okay with those guys as a manager.
As a manager, two names that I have is Jose Mourinho. एक तो बता ही दिया, एक तो discuss हो गया. The other one that I want to look at is Julian Nagelsmann.
Okay.
Nagelsmann, I don't know if he's available. Yeah, after the World Cup, he is going to be available, but I think that is a guy that we should give it a shot.
Okay, but मैं आप since what kind of football, मतलब वो क्या ज़्यादा तोड़ फोड़ वाली football खिलाएगा, या what do you think he
It
would like?
is he's tactical as well as aggressive.
Okay.
It is in a way, let's say, Diego Simeone wala culture thoda bahut,
Okay.
along with the way, let's say, Bayern plays. So it is a nice combination to have. Eventually, I think जब हम Eddie Howe के लिए जा रहे थे, that is the time when we looked at a person like Gattuso as well.
Okay.
Gattuso wasn't the right fit because he's too high on aggressiveness, but Nagelsmann I think can be a good blend
Okay.
or the right person that we need, and then he might be a long-term solution to us as well.
Okay. And if he comes next year and we get hold of Nick Woltamada, I think he will get best out of it.
I think Abhi recently in the conference that he did for Germany as well,
He
he did
fired a
take a
shot
dig
at
on.
Eddie Howe.
He did take a shot on Eddie Howe, yes. कि भाई अगर आप अपनी पोजीशन पे ही नहीं खिलाओगे तो प्लेयर खेलेगा कैसे?
Yeah, he exactly what he told us. You would not see Nick Woltamada playing 80 yards
70
behind the
meters,
goal
70,
in
80
Germany.
meters away from the goal.
So yeah, but thank you so much, Rich bhai. Maza aaya, even though I'm very sleep deprived, but it was always pleasure talking, and it was very
Yes.
nice stream for me, productive stream for me, especially that Alan Shearer saga. I didn't know about it. I know he rejected it, but how it happened, I didn't know about it. So जो भी लोग देख रहे हैं, please like the stream, subscribe to Newcastle United fan channel. Maybe there are many, but one of the smallest channel I would say. If you want to
It
listen
is
more.
always a fun. It is always a fun to have this discussion, and I'm sure it is small right now, but it is going to go very big. So don't worry about it, Ganesh. There is some representation for Newcastle on social media. I'm happy about that at least
Yes, this
from
is why
India.
exactly I started, because I was looking to listen somebody from India, and I was surprised. I said, "Come, it's a big club, historic club at least,
I
and there's
tried,
nobody to talk about it." So I was
I
little
tried,
surprised.
but I somehow cannot get this dedicated time and cannot doesn't don't have that amount of I won't say free time. Of course, Newcastle के लिए तो हमेशा है, but the effort that it takes, I'm glad that you are able to do it. And जब भी मैं आ पाऊँ, I'll always be available for you, bro.
It's always pleasure talking to you, because 30 साल का जो बीच का gap है, you saw everything, ups, downs, and again a rise up. So it's a beautiful journey to watch. And वो fans को
I,
humble रखता है. We know how much we can go and how much where
I
we
have
could
a I
belong.
have a friend who's also a Newcastle United supporter because of me, and she always gets very sad when we lose. और मुझे उस चीज़ का ज़्यादा फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता. ऑफ कोर्स फ़र्क डेफिनेटली पड़ता, बट मैं इतना ज़्यादा उसे दिखाता नहीं हूँ, तो वो मुझे हमेशा पूछती है कि भाई ऐसा क्यों है कि यू डोंट फील सो बैड अबाउट इट एंड द वे आई डू. मैंने बोला मैंने वो जो 14 साल माइक एशली वाले देखे हैं वो
Mike
आपने
Ashley
बर्दाश्त
era.
नहीं किए.
Exactly, exactly. So
तो
thank you so much, guys. Whoever listening, please like the stream, subscribe the channel if you have not, and thank you so much, Mahesh Bhai, for staying tuning in throughout and listening as a Madrid La Liga supporter, listening Newcastle. It's a kind of a win for us. Somebody, if even one guy listening to us, and thank you much so much for the
Tony
support.
Cruz is listening to us somehow.
Tony Cruz was in the talk of the town for a while before the derby match. So I was asking fellow football creators, like, how would you see him as a PL manager, but they didn't have many thoughts about him. But let's see. Thank you so much, Rachin. By best of luck to everybody in for tomorrow's, and good night to everybody in India. Good morning in Eastern Standard Time, and good evening in Europe. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Take
Wow.
care, bro. Take care. Bye bye.